Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danya if you're new here, and in today's video we're going to be working on some really fun Christmas crafts that are so cute and so much fun. So let's head over to my computer and then I'll meet you back here. I'm going to be using Kittl to work on all of today's designs, and I cannot wait to show you some of their most exciting new features. So let's start by creating a new project, and I'm going to choose the size 1200 by 1200 pixels. Now that the size is ready, I'm going to go to the left, right where it says Kittl AI, and this is where the magic is going to happen. Okay, now I'm going to type in my prompt, but first I want to check that I have Nano Banana selected. This is their newest edition and it is so exciting, mind-blowing. I can't wait to show you. Now I want to make sure it generates 4 images for me, and now I'm going to write the prompt, which basically lets AI know exactly what I'm thinking in terms of design. I won't read the whole prompt to you because it's long, but I will copy and paste it in the description box of this video if you want to copy and paste it for yourself. All right, I basically told it that I want a funny design that has a collection of geese that are dressed up and ready for Christmas. Now it's going to take a few seconds to generate. I did not edit any of this out. I wanted to show you in real time just how quick it generated these pictures for me. It gave me 4 options to choose from. I love them. They look adorable. I'm going to choose just one of them. This one is my favorite. So I'm going to delete the rest because I want to create a smart board. And now you're really going to see how far we can push the limits of Kittl and Kittl flows. Now you'll notice when I create a smart board, it's going to show me a new prompt box on the right side, and I'm just going to let it know that I want the design to stay as is, but I want to change the wording. So I want it to say Merry Goosemas instead, and I want the letters to all be the same color. I'll also have this prompt in the description box so you don't have to worry about trying to copy it from the screen. And this is what it gave me. I absolutely love it. I noticed that I made a spelling mistake. Even though goosemas is not a real word, I don't want the E. So I'm just going to delete the E and then I'm going to generate again. And once it's done with that, I think I only want to remove the small design elements on the bottom. I'm still not 100% sure, but the design is beautiful as is. And if I haven't mentioned this already, this is going on a tote bag, and I'm going to be using printable heat transfer vinyl for this design. Okay, now that looks absolutely perfect. I don't need to do anything. I do want to show you one more feature though. So I'm creating another smart board, and if you missed the prompt, I just told it to create a mock-up for me and place it on a tote bag. You guys, look at this. Seriously, I have no words. Look at how realistic that looks. And it's even taking the curve of the bag. Seriously, wow. If any of you are sellers and you create these designs, it is so easy for you to create a mock-up now and show your customers what the design would look like on any type of surface. So a bag, a sweatshirt, they have a whole collection of mock-ups to choose from. All right, now to download my design, I'm going to remove the background, upscale it, and download it as a PNG. And then I'm going to upload it into Cricut Design Space. It uploads really big into Cricut because it's such a high resolution image. I usually like to just click on the red notification and have it auto resize because I want to be able to use the maximum area I possibly can on the printable heat transfer vinyl. Okay, I want to quickly show you my settings because I get asked about this a lot. I always make sure to use system dialog because I want to be able to control the settings. So once the system dialog opens up, and for some reason it's always behind Cricut, I choose photo matte paper for this type of material that I'm using today, which is tech wrap printable heat transfer vinyl, and then I choose best for the quality. And when it comes to cut settings, I do printable iron-on dark. All right, this is done printing and cutting. So I'm just going to slowly peel this off the mat, making sure I don't bend the design. Okay. Oh my goodness, isn't that adorable? So again, this is printable heat transfer vinyl. So I'm going to weed out all the parts of the design that we don't need. And then I'm going to grab a mask to lift up the design. And this just serves, if this is your first time using heat transfer, printable heat transfer vinyl, the mask just serves the same or a similar roll of transfer tape when you're working with adhesive vinyl. And you'll see in just a few short minutes how that works. So I'm just going to remove any part of the design I don't want. And there are small areas that I have to make sure I don't forget. So right here, and then even the letters have these small pieces of vinyl that I need to make sure I remove. The nice thing about using a mask is even if I forget this part, for example, once I lift it up, I'll be able to see it. So there's less margin for error. Okay, perfect. And I'll leave a few small pieces just so that you can see what it looks like if I accidentally transfer them onto the mask. And then we'll remove them afterwards, but just to give you an idea on what it would look like, and just so that you know not to panic if it happens to you. Oh my gosh, these look so funny and cute in the best way possible. Okay, let's see. So this area right here, have you started crafting for Christmas already, or are you still only focused on fall crafts? How soon do you usually start? Do you wait until the weather changes where you live, or are you more like, no, regardless of the weather, I'm gonna do this now? Okay, I'm gonna go grab the mask and we'll work on the next step. Okay, so if you're curious, this is the printable heat transfer vinyl that I used, and I'll have all the supplies linked in the description box if you want to check anything out. All right, so this is the mask, and we're going to remove this side. Okay, so some of the letters want to stick to it too soon. And I've mentioned this before, but in case it's your first time using this mask is reusable. So after I press the design, I don't have to toss it. I can use it again. And it really depends on how sticky it stays. I have used some of mine, I want to say like 3 or 4 times, and they were still sticky. I mean, I felt like I could still use them again. I grabbed a new one this time because of the size, but just keep that in mind so that you don't toss it right away. It also saves you a little bit of money not having to buy new sheets after every design. Okay, now the M stuck to the mask too soon, so I have to fix it, but I'm not sure how it's gonna look. Let's see. And I told you I was gonna leave a few spots on purpose. So this is one of them, and then there's another one. But just to show you that it's easier to spot than you think if you forget a small piece, and you can just remove it that way. Oh, okay, perfect. This is the part of the M that I was talking about, and that was an easy fix. And this is the other piece that I left. So yeah, as you saw, it's just really easy to see this before you press the design, and it's permanently on there. Okay, that is ready to be placed on the tote bag. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh. This would be perfect on a sweatshirt. Okay, let's go press this on the bag and come back. Here is a close-up of the tote bag. I absolutely love how this looks. I love how fast and easy that was from computer to tote bag within a couple of minutes. This was so much fun to work on, honestly. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm heading back into Kittl, and for this prompt, I wrote down that I want different Christmas icons in the shape of a heart, and I really love the options that it gave me. I ended up going with the first one, so I deleted the other three. And now I want to show you something really cool that you can do if you don't want a PNG or print and cut design from Kittl. I'm basically going to select the whole design, and then I'm going to click on vectorize. That basically turns it into an SVG. So now when I take it into Cricut Design Space, I can cut this out using vinyl, and it really gives me a lot of flexibility when it comes to editing the design as well, because I can remove any of these elements if I want to, and it just really becomes very versatile. I'm changing the color to red just for visual purposes, because if it's an SVG, it doesn't really matter what color you choose for this step. And now my design is ready to go, but I wanted to show you the other mockup options I was telling you about earlier. So I clicked on mockups, and you can see you have so many different categories to choose from. I'm going to type in baby bodysuit just to kind of see what it's going to look like, and to show you again, if you sell any of these products, it would be so nice to show your customers what it would look like. And as you see me moving it around, it takes the shape of the onesie so perfectly, and I just really truly love this feature so much. I wish this existed when I first started off. It was such a hassle creating mockups for every single design. Okay, now it's time to export the design. I need to make sure I select SVG and not PNG. I'm going to optimize quality, and I always like to choose 300 DPI. I'm going to hit download, and that's it. I can take it into Cricut Design Space and choose whatever color vinyl I want it to cut on. All right, so I weeded this out off camera because it was a very slow and tedious process. Definitely worth the wait, but I didn't want to bore you with all of that. Now, I know this pink doesn't really scream Christmas, but I really love pink decor, even pink ornaments. I think they're really cute. So for this onesie, I wanted to do pink instead of red, and I think it turned out really, really nice. Don't you think? So let me go press this on the onesie, and then I'll show you how it looks. All right, here is a close-up on the onesie. Look at how cute that pink turned out. Isn't it really nice? And honestly, I can imagine this with a red glitter vinyl, especially like a darker red. Oh my gosh, it would look gorgeous. Okay, let's move on to the last one. For the last design, I have a very simple idea that I think will turn out really cute. I want it to read, "Life happens, Christmas music helps," because Christmas music does change the whole mood, right? It makes your day better. So I want it to be a simple design with a cute bow. Now, after I saw all four options, I really like them. I did generate a different version to kind of compare them and see if I liked that one better, and it was more like candy cane vibes. I'll show you what it looks like, but I ended up just going with the first one because I really liked the simplicity of that one. I think if I was going for a PNG for this design, I probably would have chosen one of the candy cane ones, but because I want to vectorize this design, I went back to the original one, and as you saw, when you vectorize, you can choose how many colors you want. I just went with one because I knew that I was only planning on using one color vinyl. And that's it. It's as simple as that. The design is ready. I will change the color from black to green just for visual purposes, and I also want to remove these small sparkles. I don't really like them, and I want the design to have a cleaner look. So I'm just going to go in and delete these, and because it's a vector, it's so easy to do that. If it wasn't a vector, you can absolutely use the eraser tool that Kittl has. Having that flexibility is something that I really, really love when I'm working with Kittl. The design is ready to go. I do want to quickly show you what it looks like on a mock-up. I'm placing mine on a tote bag, but honestly, I kind of wish I did a sweatshirt for this one because look at how cute that looks. Okay, now all that's left is to export the design as an SVG and then importing it into Cricut Design Space. I'll have a link to Kittl and a discount code in the description box. All right, the machine is done cutting, so let's weed this out. And I did this beautiful glitter green. I absolutely love this for Christmas crafts. I feel like they should call it Christmas green, honestly. It is so perfect, the shade, right? Again, I'll have all the supplies, the vinyl, and everything else linked in the description box if you want to recreate any of these projects. I was debating whether to have the bow in a different color, but I just feel like having the design all in one color just gave it a really, I don't know, a really chic look, don't you think? I feel like sometimes less is more. And this is one of those examples where I thought having it all in one color would give it a nice, clean look. Especially since the design already has a few fun things going on where this is more of an outline and this is a solid font. I didn't want to add too many more details. I was reading something the other day where it was talking about how so many things have changed. And I know, just like with clothes, you know, trends come and go, but they were talking about how if you look at cars these days, the colors are so, I guess, dull compared to what they used to be. So if you look at cars over 20 years ago, it was more like vibrant and just like in your face type colors. Whereas now, if you look out, you know, on the highway, it's mostly black, silver, white. Even when you do see a red or blue car, it's more of a toned down color, not as vibrant. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of how, even with baby clothes, have you noticed? I was walking the aisles in Target the other day and I'm like, these colors are kind of, I don't know, they're not as saturated as they were when I was younger. And sometimes I feel like it looks nice and sometimes it kind of makes me sad. I think depending on the item, I feel like the dull blue is just, I don't know, sometimes it looks kind of depressing. I feel like it's not always, it's not a one size fits all, you know? If it's like a toned down onesie, it just kind of looks sad because babies are, their life should be full of color. Am I right? All right, this is ready to go. I absolutely love this color. I am always so happy when I use this green. It is just the perfect shade. All right, let's go press this on a tote bag. Another design that I think would look beautiful on a sweatshirt. Today I had tote bags that I needed to finish, so this is what we're doing. But yeah, definitely perfect for a sweatshirt as well. All right, let's go press this design and I'll be back. All right, here's a close-up on how this one turned out. Look at the beautiful glitter effect. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I love it and appreciate it all over again each time I use it. So cute, don't you think? I love the simplicity of the design and I'm really happy I decided to go with one color I really think it looks so chic and elegant. Okay, let me bring in all the projects. All right, here are the crafts we worked on today. I'm so happy with how these turned out. I'm really excited about Christmas crafts, and I'm really happy that this is the video I decided to start with. These turned out really nice and so cute. And honestly, if I had to choose a favorite, even though I love all of them, it would definitely be this one. Look at how funny and cute. I mean, seriously, let me know what you guys think of this one. Again, I'll have all the Kittl information in the description box. I'll also have a discount code. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you made it till the end, leave your favorite Christmas emoji in the comments section. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!